President Muhammadu Buhari has promised that day of reckoning. He was elected on a platform of fighting corruption.
Like I have always said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will destroy the country.
In the months leading up to President Buhari taking office, and of course he came in on an anti-corruption platform, people wanted to get their money the heck out of Nigeria before it was seized. And so one of the airport terminals in Abuja was called the Money Terminal. And it's because all these private aircraft were taking off and either going to Switzerland or mostly to Dubai. Like, I'm getting my money the heck out of Nigeria before President Buhari and his anti-corruption campaign take place. And so now you could actually plot a timeline when Buhari took office and when the majority of properties, of those 800 properties, were purchased in Dubai.
800 properties of politically exposed persons from Nigerian origin in Dubai. We've had about 16 that was traced, that was worth about 56 million pounds in the UK. We've had about the ones that were about 120 million dollars in the US, owned by politically exposed persons.
The new government came in and started doing investigations. Now Diezani is on the run.
Diezani was notorious for all that she's done and the properties in the UK, in the US, in Nigeria, and she actually fled to the UK.
Diezani must be regretting that she left Nigeria in 2015. If she stayed back, she'll be hosting a bunch of events now.
She will come to parties and all people will be dobaling and cool.
The English society, as aristocratic as they are, as much as people claim that they feed off African nations like ours, because we have repeatedly seen how swiftly they have dealt with cases of fraud, even more swiftly than America, it will not be the place to run to if you are indeed a fraud. But it will be the place to be if you wanted to be heard, if you wanted to keep alive, till you're able to tell your story. So I think that's why she went to London.
The political scene in Nigeria is very brutal, and you can either stand your ground and fight, or you move out of the scene.
So it would have been going back to about 2013, I think. Yeah. 2013 was when I started, and I didn't say anything to anybody. I kept it to myself, really. I only spoke to the Americans.
Why did you speak to the Americans?
Because first of all, frankly, there's a great deal of trust. Operationally, you can run really. I've run lots of really sensitive operations with them, and I'd got some very, very, very good friends there that I could trust implicitly, and colleagues, Secondly, we work well together, it cooperates, we're able to work and share things. And thirdly, the reality is whenever you look at these cases, particularly sort of Nigerian corruption cases, there'll be a footprint in London, and there'll be a footprint in the US. There always is.
While I was investigating Abacha and Madueke, because again, I wasn't investigating Madueke, I was investigating corruption within the Nigerian oil industry. And of course, as Minister of Petroleum, her name came up repeatedly, because what we found is that money was going in US dollars to people like, at the time, it was alleged that Christopher Eyre, a jeweler in California, had a interesting financial relationship with the Minister of Petroleum. We knew that there were properties in the United States that were being purchased.
And this kind of comes back to when I talk about how you do these investigations. They are complex and global in their nature. So what you have to end up determining is which parts are we going to pick off and where are we going to prosecute?
OPL 245 is a very interesting case. Under Abacha, he was literally gifting away a lot of Nigerian assets. And one of those assets was a deep sea oil block called OPL 245. And in like 1997, 1998, within 3 weeks of being incorporated, a company called Malibu Oil was given the mining license for OPL 245. And it turns out, with a bit of an investigation by a lot of people, that Malibu Oil was owned by Mohammed Abacha. Abacha's son was a 50% shareholder, and another 30% was owned by then the Minister of Petroleum, Daniel Atete, with a third shareholder holding 20%. And so 80% of Malibu was owned by the then Minister of Petroleum and the son of the president, right? And they were supposed to pay, I think, a $20 million finding fee. They ended up paying like $2 million of that. So for $2 million, they got one of the most lucrative oil blocks in Nigeria.
The fact that someone can be in a public office vested on behalf of Nigerians the power to grant licenses and award oil blocks, and the person can be bold and brazen enough to award the most lucrative of all of the oil blocks available for auction to himself. So it has to be like the most brazen because for the amount involved, not just of the license fee, but of the revenue accrued from that single oil block is so enormous that you have to be out of your mind to think that you can take that for yourself as an oil minister and get away with it.
July 1998, Abacha died in office. And Daniel Atete apparently saw an opportunity to get rid of, I no longer need Mohammed Abacha's help. Your dad's not in office anymore. And literally, Mohammed was removed from the company.
The nature of how large-scale corruption like this works is that you must, as power blocks shift, you shift along with it. You expand ownership structure and stake in the crime. Immediately transition happened, Obasanjo's government directly went at this case. They were the first to start the process of righting that wrong.
During the reign of Goodluck Jonathan, they were trying to sell it. And that's when they hired Malibu Oil hired two different consultants to try to find a good buyer for OPL 245. As I said, I interviewed one of those consultants. And that's when Mohammed Abacha filed a legal action saying, wait a second, I own part of that oil block. And because he couldn't get clear title, Daniel Atete was having a difficult time selling it. And that's when I believe that a lot of backdoor deals were made. Goodluck Jonathan and the Attorney General and Madueke, the former Minister of Petroleum at that time, all said, she had to approve the sale to ENI.
The OPL 245 case, which is the very notorious oil license that was acquired by Shell and ENI from Nigeria, which was actually then sold to them by the former Minister of Petroleum Resources under General Sani Abacha. We've been on that case for 10 years now, and it's been in several jurisdictions: UK, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, US, and in Nigeria. And this was to helping Nigeria to recover what was meant to be about $6.8 billion and was just bought with $1.3 billion. And out of that $1.3 billion, Nigeria only got $250 million. $1.1 billion was shared among, officials of the oil companies, ministers in the Nigerian government, and also some even went to former President Jonathan.
And this was really, really well demonstrated when the JP Morgan money went back to Nigeria for OPL 245. And I was watching every penny with my very good friend Deborah, and in the US, in the FBI, and we were watching the transactions, and it showed you how, because the agreement was it was supposed to go into the Nigerian principal government bank account. Well, it did, just didn't stay there. It went out very quickly.
OPL, spans like over 20 years from 1998 until recently. There are strong efforts in the United States now to try to get the U.S. Department of Justice to reopen OPL 245 here in the U.S. because the decision that came out of the court in Milan, where they acquitted E&I, is suspect because the evidence we felt very strong.
Was that the dumb decision that she made, in your opinion, to come to the UK?
Was it a dumb decision? I don't doubt Alison probably thought it was a dumb decision when my colleagues knocked on her door at 6 a.m. with a search warrant and arrested her.
She was arrested by the National Crime Agency. I think it was October of 2015.
I authorised it. I authorised the arrest of her.
Diezani Alison-Madueke appeared at the Central London Police Station.
US and British officials told us Alison-Madueke might have personally overseen the stealing of $6 billion.
When Diezani was arrested, my brother texted me with the FT article saying that she'd been arrested, and I got down to Charing Cross police station, and there were all of the Nigerian diaspora journalists outside, the BBC outside, everyone trying to get a look at Diezani. No one spotted her coming out that day. I think she was already at Westminster Magistrates Court.
Both the police declined comment, and the wait was a long one, spanning over 6 hours. For some who arrived as early as 6:30 a.m. till after 1 p.m, the journalist and Ogundame say were not discouraged.
We don't know yet. That's why we're all taking out the Charing Cross police station in preparation for a very long battle. So this is just to come and see if Diezani is going to report to trial with her alleged accomplice.
They froze a bunch of her cash that day, and maybe she wasn't even there. Everyone was wild to see her because at this point, what had it been? Not that she hadn't been out of power for that long.
We were the one who broke the story about her arrest in the UK.
Yes.
The world perhaps would not have known.
We had to release her on bail.
She's been granted bail. That is the longest bail I've heard anywhere in history.
There was still evidence. There was evidence from Nigeria that we had to pull together, and even up to the point when I left, there was still quite a lot of work that needed doing.
So we're going to make a new appointment, and Bawa was brought in.
My good friend and one of the most, I most admired detectives I've known in all my professional life ever is a guy called Abdul Rashid Bawa, who I've known for many years. He's now head of the EFCC. But Abdul Rashid Bawa took on effectively the investigation that we handed over, the part when it all became public.
I've had one conversation with him, Mr. Bawa, the head of the EFCC, the Economic Financial Crimes Commission.
And he did an amazing job.
He's smart, he's articulate, he is a new step forward.
There's nobody in the EFCC that can impress me as long as they need to go to the villa to get approval to investigate or prosecute.
I doubt much if people should be afraid of me. If they see my face, can I hurt a fly?
The opportunities that I've had to work with them have been very fruitful. And I'm aware that they have brought, obviously they brought cases against Alison-Madueke, they have charged Madueke and others.
Nigerians need to own this fight. It is not about the EFCC. No, it's about Nigerians. There is nobody that can come, anywhere, across the world to come and solve our problem. We have to be the ones to solve our problem.
But so far, he's managed to, I don't know whether to say he has his head over, above water, he's just keeping his nose off, maintaining an equilibrium that is politically correct.
We are not a political party.
You know what, the EFCC is doing a very good job. They did a very good job.
Properties were seized, some of them were disposed of, and some of them, as you mentioned, are still under interim for future that we are pursuing.
Diezani interviewed him and said, is it true you found bra and fine? He said it's not true.
It's good to be fair to everybody at all times. Justice is a two-way thing.
Look, people are working, and nobody is sleeping here. That case and many more other cases that have come after that.
I have lived my 50 years over in Lagos. of entering Banana Island. And you need to see what was in that house. It was a bulletproof door. The faucet in the toilet and everything were gold plated. Everything were like state of the art. Everything that you see in that house.
When I got my colleagues to execute the search warrants in Nigeria, that's when things like all those handmade cases, I mean there were 7 of them if I remember correctly. I flew out to Nigeria a few days later and I remember sitting in the EFCC offices with these cases. Beautiful, beautiful handmade leather, like chests, almost like travel chests. Absolutely rammed full of gold, diamonds, Rolex watches, everything.
The kind of things that she deployed the money into is so mind-boggling.
Millions and millions and millions of pounds worth of jewellery.
The latest in the string of propaganda attacks launched against my person since I left government as Nigeria's petroleum minister, which without any court conviction anywhere in the world attempts to dress Diezani Alison-Madueke in the garb of a common criminal. This is the height of brigandage and a sheer mockery of Nigeria's anti-corruption war before the eyes of the world who are watching and asking if the war against corruption is a circus show, where suspects are prosecuted and sentenced on the pages of newspapers and video blogs without anything as remotely in the semblance of a trial in the courts of law? When did it become a crime to own property in Nigeria? When did it become a crime for a woman of my status to have in her possession jewelry? Jewelry, which women all across the world, including the woman selling tomatoes in Bodija Market, have in abundance in their closets?
It has now become a familiar story. We're leaving one of the houses that the EFCC alleged acquired by Diezani with either public funds or bribe money. But it's the same story. Some houses were able to gain access inside, some houses, but there's always a resistance. My name is Chude Jidon. How are you, sir? Is this Heritage Court? Huh? Heritage Court Estate. This is not it. What's this place? It's some of the residents. No, it's not an estate. Okay. This Oga. It's not your estate. But we can see there's estate from here now. You say you were helping us. Then Oga can cancel everything. Why now? I think you say the guy is a cool guy. So I cannot ask any question here. So which one be the Diezani house? That again I just go visit. Yes, but I reach there now, then say no be the place. We want to see this evidence. There's a lot of sensational footage, sensational news about the houses. We've discovered that some houses were incorrect. These people in those houses said no, they've been living there for years and there was no Diezani. We've seen some that the people there confirmed that this was her house, where she went to the house where she used to live. We entered one of the houses in Yaba, which is one of the property in Yaba, the block of luxury flats that the EFCC alleges that Diezani bought with stolen funds. It's a block of flats. They're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 blocks of flats here. This is one of the empty ones. How we got in here is another story because nobody wanted us in here, not the security, not the residents, understandably. But we wanted to see for ourselves. We saw an FG car downstairs that had been abandoned for years. It's alleged that this house still has documents by the former minister. We didn't confirm that, but EFCC sources told us that documents for this house were in her name at least as of last year. This is all the rooms are en suite, just wasted and abandoned, really.
So this is where we came from, was Harley House. That's the property bought by Benedict Peters.
Okay.
This is Chester Close North, which is the one bought by Colaluco. That's St Edmund's Terrace. That's where Diezani was living when she was arrested.
Okay.
And then the final property, the one was bought by Chris Eyre, is down here.
Okay, so that's 4 places.
So that's the three properties that were bought for her and the one property she lived in.
More prime estate, Regent's Park. We're going down to 58 Harley House, which is where subject of litigation by an ally that has been tied to Diezani. Now, this house has not been inhabited in at least 7 years, and allegedly Diezani was supposed to be living here, but she never got in here because it became subject of investigation and litigation almost immediately after it was bought. So we're here. There's nobody here. This house is essentially abandoned. But nobody's opening the door. Obviously, nobody's lived here. She said nobody's been here for 7 years.
No one's been here since it was frozen. It's 2016, and I'm not sure Madueke ever moved in.
Yeah, so she never moved in here. And so nobody has any record of her being here. So it's just, like you can see now, it's just shut down. Just prime real estate, wasted. And Margot confirms that nobody has been here for the past 6 or 7 years. This house has been empty. Prime real estate, one of London's richest neighborhoods, empty. So this is the 39 that Colaluco allegedly bought for Diezani Madueke. That Cola bought for Diezani.
So Cola bought for Diezani?
Yeah.
But they sold it before...
But they sold it before the police could forfeit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the police says they sold it before the police could forfeit it, and so there's nothing the police can do, and we don't want to disturb them. So we're here at the 1220 West Highway, Silver Spring in Maryland, which is one of the apartments that Diezani allegedly bought. My name is Chude. How are you, sir? You work here?
Yeah, we stay here.
Are you with EFCC?
I work with you.
You work with the EFCC, right? So we need to confirm, we're doing a small report on, we went to Abuja, we interviewed Bawa, the EFCC chair, and we are following up the story of Diezani, Alison-Madueke, and they gave us the address that one of the property is here. So we want to confirm if this is the property that the EFCC seized from her, allegedly. I can show you my videos with Bawa here. So now it belongs to the state government.
Yes.
So what is state government or federal government?
State government, the property has been forfeited.
Oh, right. So the court forfeited it. So now the state government has taken it. Right. Are people living here now?
Yes, we are just living here on
Not right.
We're not
Okay.
apartment.
Right, but nobody is stressing you for here. Right. How long have you been here?
Just 2 months or 3 months.
Okay, when was it forfeited?
Around, I don't remember the value, but this year.
Right, this year was when it was forfeited?
In March.
Right. As a Nigerian, how do you feel? Just let me ask you. As a Nigerian, how do you feel like a place like this, because the way the government could just come, use corrupt money, capture them, EFCC go capture them, you could just waste. That was above your pay grade.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, but thank you for explaining. Okay.
Nigeria.
We did here together. All right, fantastic.
We traced alleged and confirmed loot across over 15 cities, including Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Yenagoa, Accra, London, Seychelles, Dubai, Los Angeles, Lebanon, New York, Virginia, Maryland, Texas, Milan,
Quebec, Canada, the British Virgin Islands, and southern Switzerland. At some point, we had to stop counting. This was an international heist.
When my wife Diezani was appointed Minister of Transportation, I took further time to advise her on the topic of self-protection and self-preservation in the bureaucracy. I finally recited the advice my own father had given me upon my appointment as military governor. Go and do your best. Don't bring back money, but bring back my name.
Okay, so we have a slideshow. This is UK houses. She bought. She allegedly bought.
Do you have any proof to that she actually owned this house?
But this is what the EFCC says.
Now, if
when you see all these things,
yeah,
and you see you have been fighting for these resources in this place to develop your area, your people. How does this make you feel?
I just told you something. Because of their own corrupt mind, if you are not corrupt, if you don't have the evil mind, how will you be corrupt? And secondly, because you know what you are doing, that's why you just gather a few people so that, look, the only way you can frustrate person is not to empower the person. So the person will not have power. As there is one thing again, if you want to frustrate the one, you don't give him education so that he will remain that mumu short way.
So they want to frustrate people, is that what it is? Or
if this kind of person, when they know man, papa and mama nice sleep each other born them, and you look at our village there now.
We are going there.
The Naka community, where Diezani from, is in bondage. We are greatly affected by the flood. In fact, West cannot even quantify what we are passing through during flood. It affects us so much as an individual, like to me. Sometimes, even where to stay, where to sleep is a problem. Sometimes you'll be sleeping and be scared of maybe reptiles. And all that. A lot of things coming to attack us and all that.
We are so disappointed. And the reason why I say we are so disappointed because only our name can give us the development that this small community is of expectant. But to our name, we saw zero intervention of the government. Even to our person, we see zero intervention.
If, for instance, we have the president, we have the minister of Nigeria, can you as a person tell me what and what we have gotten? Till now, I'm going back to Bryce as I'm from Bryce this morning. I drove down with my boat on the sea down to this place. I'm going back there. So are you going to tell me in the civilized world the same thing like this is going to happen? Either they're producing oil and so on.
The places where they talk say, where they confirm, where court confirm say she buy house. Yeah, for America and for London. Mind this. And to come and so this. So this is not London. So she and her people where they talk say they buy house. One of the house be this. Another of the house be this.
At London.
London, yes. So another one. This one another one. Now that these are different ones be this one.
Yes.
This one another one. Then it's the America. This one I want. This one I see this one by myself. This one for the center of New York, the most expensive part. This skyscraper. You know where they talk say the man where should they give money. Now where you come buy a house. In fact, the US government don't confirm am. They don't collect the house back. Say the Nigerian oil money. So when I see all these things from person where come from this community and they don't use this money to develop this community. I want to say, what do you think?
I feel bad that there is nothing coming out. We have a wealthy woman, but there is nothing. Our youth is suffering. If we did not drive Okada, we cannot survive or buy clothes. If we did not float net, we can't survive. I feel ashamed when I see the youth just roaming around, no good school to go. I'm so ashamed.
The flood, 2020 flood, 2022 flood, I hear that it was a serious matter. The whole community was flooded. Are we ready for the next flood that may come this year?
We are ready. We are ready to swim.
We are ready to swim. There's no help.
It has become normal thing to us.
We are not done.
That's normal thing to us. So we are preparing to swim again.
So this is still the same side?
Yes.
So the flood level gets to here, and people have to leave their homes and go stay on the main road. And the flood can take how many days?
More than a month.
Over a month.
Over a month, people have to be out of their house.
Part of the flood effect.
So this is one of the effects. So it demolished the entire house. So somebody used to live here before. This is flood that caused This is how the flooding, the level the flooding can get.
That is the height.
How are you? Do you live here? Yes, sir. You live here. So you there here when this flooding reached this level?
Yes.
So when I can't go?
We'll be there for road though. Nowhere to enter now for road.
For how long?
More than 1 month.
Yeah, now what when I talk with that? Now up to 1 month.
It's actually the same thing.
Yes, it's the same thing. Thank you, sir.
Since my mother born me, I never see that kind of water. When the flood came, see the height of the water, almost a palm tree.
Some of us know where to enter. Even if you're inside your house, this flood where they come, all your mind, they fear say maybe they come kill you because if they here, one day, as we sit down here before you go know, water don't come enter us finish. I know where to carry our children.
Like this, our major creek, the Otuoke Creek, that is linking Ogbeya, Otuoke, and Elebele. Those creeks, the water hyacinths have covered it.
How long has this flooding been happening in this community? Like?
From
2012.
From 2012. After the 2012, there was a little space. And then 2018, it started 2018, 2019, 2020. It has become a continuous.
And this is 2023, we are still hearing of it.
It's another one too.
Even good luck mother say they have to pack from that place to another place. He has to sing, go far. How are we going to prepare again? The flood don't collect all the farm. Some of the farm go sing, you don't go even remove oneself because you don't know what to do. And canoes to carry go put those cassava self, we know have. You know go fish swim, go collect your food for farm. Because of that, they are suffering. Only God is taking care of our life. If not, if I don't finish.
Sickness, food everywhere. If you go chemist now, you will see people with the put this on their body and they get hospital. This is our hospital. Nothing there inside.
This is the Federal Medical Center here in Ogwa. This is a place, a sprawling complex, and it's only the mortuary apparently that's functional here. It's literally a whitened sepulcher. Can I see anybody where she's saying?
Just that we were informed that he sent someone to develop here, but just like everything just flew away, even to Sanfio, the back of this community, but they took the money away. That is the rumor that we all heard.
But when I see you see any development with them?
You wanted the development that was brought here by Diezani, Minister of Petroleum. This walkway you are seeing.
Yes.
And secondly, this light.
Which one? This light?
This light that you are seeing here, and that plant. That plant over there, and she renovated this town hall.
This town hall?
Yes, this town hall was renovated by her.
Right, okay.
Then the walkway was done by her.
The walkway, does it lead to her own family?
Yes.
Did she ever visit this place while she was in power?
When she came when during the time of presidential election.
As she come there, like our pikin, we know say she leave us from us. We know say she will go bring better thing for the community. But when we see, we don't see anything. See the community, see the health center. Only name say them build health center for there. No person for there. We dey suffer.
Those clips that these people show us, those are the property that the Diezani have. One of those property can even develop this community. I'm here seeing what I'm seeing here and develop this community.
It's not just the villages of Diezani and Jonathan. The entirety of the Niger Delta, where Nigeria's oil is produced, and where both former leaders hail from, has been destroyed by years of spillage, exploitation, and poverty. Their circumstances not changing, even when their kinsman and kinswoman were in power.
Ghana used to be a very beautiful environment. With fishing, flourishing fishing business. Our farm, I used to follow my mother to the farm. There were 2 heads of cassava and we will return home. But today, you can approve the local government and you will get one business.
The report is that presently, Go is not inhabited because of this. The people have left.
Exactly. I would say we are in that problem because we are, with this thing, we have to move to other communities that are less than devastated. For instance, my own family, we moved to Bodo.
And you know, these pipelines were laid in the early 60s and had not been changed to this. Most times it ruptures and start to leak.
The pollution is terrible in that area. And if so, if we're talking blood money, there's still blood.
It is blood money because something gave way for that money. Farming and fishing business suffered for the money that they were making.
This trench you see links the manifold. So when rain falls, it transports the crude through this trench into the swamp.
There is HCM or crude oil coated on the water that the Ogoni people will drink. That there is hydrocarbon in the air that the Ogoni people will breathe. And that there is benzene, a cancer-causing carcinogen in water that the Ogoni people will take.
So this is the well that UNEP reported in its report that they found oil that are sunk into underground water. That is from 5 meters. So you can see that pollution affects water underground.
Spill upon spill, you have imagined the level of devastation that will be there. Yeah. So what we are suffering is a combination of so many devastations or spills.
As you see this expanse of land,
yes,
the whole of this area is polluted by oil. This incident of pollution occurred in 2022. It happened in 2021, also occurred in 2020. This is fresh crude. You see the things. You see it. That's what is also referred to as the black gold.
Our land is dead. It does no longer support harvest. The river is gone because the mangrove forest is gone completely. Even if you put iron fish in the river in Ogoni, they will not survive because of heavy crude.
Do people come here to fish?
Yes.
But is it the primary like fishing river?
Yes. But the problem is the catch.
Yeah.
It's always very, very poor because of pollution. Right. The pollution has already driven fishes away into the ocean. If we have come when the tide was low, we would have been able to see the impact. They would have seen the impact of virtually, you have seen it at the bank, you see expanse, and see those are mangrove trees. Those things you are seeing, they are mangrove trees. They were all over this place, you see. They were all over the place. Pollution has killed virtually all.
This is 2023. Those areas that have produced oil for us for so long, they don't have electricity at all. Why should that be so?
When the Gulf thing happened in the US, you know how much each company was fined? Then it happened in Nigeria because we have a system that doesn't penalize people. People take things for granted. It happens every day and nobody's penalized. So if I'm not penalized, what do? I do business as usual.
Because of the Ogoni struggle for environmental justice, for economic improvement, and so on and so forth. Shell in 1993 suspended their operations here. But now they are no longer in operation here because the NNPC had taken over from them and given it to their subsidiary NPDC.
Shell is still an issue in Ogoni because it was Shell that operated last in Ogoni. Shell pipeline still run through Ogoni. It is Shell facility and equipment that constantly spill oil.
Really nothing. There's nothing in the Niger Delta that suggests that I've been witnesses to enormous wealth for 60 years.
If you go to the hospitals around in Port Harcourt, they will tell you that the men in the Niger Delta has organ failure because of what they're hearing. You see women, young ladies, 25 years has already entered menopause. That is an abnormal situation.
We have some of us that are grown old. Some of us are sick of all sorts of various sicknesses, and yet nothing.
They have commenced a process of cleaning up the environment.
Parameters of this discussion, that everyone really does understand and take on board that the cleanup will happen on this administration's watch.
Unfortunately, that has not been properly carried out.
Shouldn't be attempting to clean up the Niger Delta as if we're doing them a favor.
The UNEP report said it will take 30 years to restore the Ogoni environment. But unfortunately, Ogoni is not an island. Polluted water from Bonny will still flow into Ogoni. Polluted water from Andoni will still flow into Ogoni. Polluted water from Okirika, our neighbors, will still flow into Ogoni.
Yenaka community, where Diezani from, is in bondage in this government, both the national and the states. So please, do your best to see how you can solicit for these good things to come to Yenaka. We will appreciate you people.
It's your time to be strong.
Thank you.
My Africa.